The Lady Panthers are going to take on the Dixon Lady Bulldogs, and the winner will face Bunker tomorrow in the finals at 2:30. Lady Panthers are wanting to continue, and they're going to try to defend their championship, which they won last year, first time ever. And we'll see if they do it. An inspiring victory over Van Buren Lady Dogs here on Tuesday night. Feels like a month ago before Christmas break. And I'll tell you, this Dixon group passes the eye test. They look very athletic. They got some length. They did a good job beating Licking by 1 point the other night. And they look like they're going to give the Lady Panthers challenge. There's only 7 of them, though. So let's see what the Lady Panthers can do with that. What style of game that they play. You would think that second half you might wear them out, but you saw last year Bunker hung right with us and stayed right there. But we are getting ready to get underway. I thought we'd get underway a little early, but we're going to start a little late, it looks like to me. It's 5:25 right now. Well, we might be right on time, but the Lady Panthers come in here after a big victory over the Lady Dogs from Van Buren. And what was so impressive about that is we lost by 3 down there not a week ago. Came back and really put it on them, up by 20 most of the second half, and played really inspiring basketball. Really a team win. Got after it. Sadie, the rifleman, Schobert had 22, I think, the other night, and she played really well. I don't know, Coach Mallow changed up his starting lineup the other night, and we'll see what he's going to do tonight as we look. He's going to start Kaylee Virtue, Sadie Schober, Hadley Driscoll, Stella Benson, and we're going to go small again as we're going to start Rowan Kelly. See how many minutes we can get out of Rowan tonight. Hopefully we can get plenty, as we sure need Rowan into that rotation. Lady Panthers get ready to tip off in about 3:52. Like I said, Dixon only has 7 people that they brought here on their varsity. And I guess you only play 5 at a time, so it ought to be all right. But it's going to be a battle. They had a battle with Licking, a team they're very used to, a team they see all the time, and that are very familiar with each other. Tonight's going to be kind of a different deal. We don't play Dixon. We do play Licking, but we don't play Dixon. And Dixon doesn't play us. They don't come into our area. So going to be an interesting deal to see what gets done, and see what kind of game plan Coach Mallow has as we go in against the Dixon Lady Bulldogs, and they're spelled with an O, not an A like the Van Buren Lady Dogs. So we'll see what that means. But they are very long and athletic. They look like they've got 5 point guards out there with some stretch, and they're all 5'9", 5'10", and that's going to create a little bit of a matchup problem. Let's see if they were cross-country runners, because the way Coach Mallow goes up and down the court, you need to be, or you get kind of winded, and you might run out of gas in the second half. But they're all warming up right now. Sadie Schober had 22. I'll tell you, Kaylee Virtue played like her hair was on fire the other night. Really started out hot, got us going really good. And then the rest of the girls pitched in. Tremendous defense. Briley Curtis came in, had a really good game defensively, and did some things you really like. and we had a lot of help from the bench. Benson, who we're going to call Flash, she really had a coming out party the other night, and played some incredible basketball. And we had about 4 freshmen that scored, which is great to see. Future is bright in Lady Panther land. And we got about a minute to go before tip-off and starting lineups. We're going to send it back to the studio for a word from our great sponsors. You've been listening to the McGowan Auto Sales pregame show on the home of Panther basketball, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther basketball as we have the opening tip-off. Sadie Schober controls. She gets it to Kelly. Kelly to Stella Benson. Long three-pointer, no good, but there's Lauren Kelly for the rebound on the left baseline. She gets it to Benson. Benson gets it back out top to Schober. Lady Panthers just underway in the semifinals. Kelly has it to Benson. Benson gets it to Schober. Schober drives the lane. She's being shoved, gets it back out to Kelly. Kelly has a head fake. She's going to be fouled, and she's going to be fouled by Yarborough from Dixon. Two teams that aren't familiar with each other. It's going to be a fun matchup. 7:27 left, no score yet. And Hadley Driscoll's going to key the inbounds. She slaps the ball once, looks in to go, kicks it over in the corner to Benson. Benson stops, pops, puts up a floater, no good. Rebound by Ballard. Ballard gets it down the court, up and in by Ford. 2-0. Here comes Schober. Schober pulls it out over by the scores table. Has a lazy kick, and Driscoll has it stolen. And then Schober's going to have to pick up a foul as Ballard goes in. Ballard steals it off of Driscoll. And a lazy pass there. And then Driscoll recovered, but she had it just ripped away from her. Coach Mallon not liking what he's seeing, calling some orders from the bench. And Ballard makes her first, and the Lady Panthers, just like that, are down 3-0. Kind of a nonchalant start, short, but Schober's there for the rebound. She kicks it to Virtue. Virtue gets it to Kelly. Kelly puts up a spinner, no good. Rebound by Young. Young. She has it in the backcourt, and she gets it to Ballard. Ballard trying to break the press. She gets it to Yarborough. And a timeout called by Dixon. Good defense by the Lady Panthers. 3-0 here. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors on the home of Panther basketball, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther basketball on the home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Almost a 10-second call there as they get the ball into Ballard. Ballard brings it up. She kicks it over to Yarborough. Back to Ballard. Ballard whips up a deep three. Rebound by Rowan Kelly. Here come the Lady Panthers. Kelly crosses it over. Kicks it over to Schober on the left side. Gets it back. Kicks it down in the corner to Benson. She puts up a three off the front iron. No good. Run down by Schober, but she's going to touch the inbounds. And it goes back to Dixon. Lady Bulldogs. 6:20 left here. Lady Bulldogs with a 3-0 lead early. Just underway. They get it into Ballard. Ballard wide open down there is Clubb puts it in, makes it 5-0, and a defensive flaw there. They get it to Benson. Benson all across court to Kelly. Kelly to Driscoll. Driscoll back to Benson. Benson drives the baseline and has it stoled. And here comes Yarborough into Ballard. Ballard drives the lane. They get a blocking foul on Driscoll. And just like that, here comes Flash, but Bernston is going to check in. Driscoll's going to check out. Bernston getting some playing time early. Driscoll with her first foul, 7-0. Lady Panthers need to find an answer here. Dixon puts it up off the back iron, no good. Rebound by Schober. Schober kicks it down to Kelly. Kelly on the left wing, drives it in, kicks it back. She kicks it to Virtue, up and in, and foul. Kaylee. Panthers draw their first blood. Kaylee scored the first 5 points the other night. 7-2 here with 5:44 left in the first quarter. Addison Smith checks in. Clubb's going to check out. As Virtue goes for and one, puts it up off the back iron, no good. And Bernston, and they get it down. That's Ford. Ford drives it in. They kick it back Ballard or to Yarborough. Yarborough puts it up and in, and she's fouled. And who do we take out? We took Benson out and brought Driscoll in. Now we're going to bring Stella back in. And here comes Briley Curtis, too. Curtis coming in for Driscoll. 9-2 here, early going. Off the back iron, no good. Poked, so Schober with the rebound. She brings it up the right side. Panthers need to score. Benson, who didn't score until the fourth quarter the other night, gets it over in the corner to Virtue. Virtue down to Bernston, and Bernston has it stolen away. No foul called. They get it back to Ballard. Ballard brings it up. She kicks it to Ford. Ford back to Ballard. Ballard to Yarborough, almost stole by Bernston, and through Ford's hands it'll be Lady Panther basketball, down 9-2. Lady Panthers need to get in a rhythm here offensively. Briley Curtis will key the inbounds. She gets it into Schobert. Schobert gets it up across the timeline, walks it up. She's at the top of the key, dribbles to her left, gets it down low to Bernston. Over in the corner to Kaylee Virtue, off the front iron, no good. Rebound by Ballard, and she's everywhere. She's the big player behind her back, drives into the paint, spinneroo, and she's going to draw a foul, and we can't stop her. She's the tallest girl for Dixon and most athletic. Rowan Kelly's going to check in. We'll see who's going to check out. And she does nothing but swish. Schober's going to check out. Sadie has 2 quick fouls, and that's not good. Yarborough has 4 of the 10 points. Now 5, and the net hardly moves. Rowan Kelly checks in. Here comes Benson. We need our scorers out there. They get it into Curtis. Curtis has it knocked away, and we're going to have, I don't know what they're going to call. And the jump ball possession arrow is going to go to Dixon, and not the start we wanted for the Lady Panthers. 4:28 left here in this first quarter. Down 11-2, Yarborough. They kick it in the corner, down low, up, no good. That's the one, is what Tim.
Now it's working.
Welcome back to Lady Panther basketball as the Panthers inbound in front of their own bench. Sadie crosses it over. She gets it over to Driscoll. Oh, and Sadie makes a nice save, not going backcourt. And they call a foul, and the Dixon coach wanted a double dribble and doesn't get it. And Sadie is going to go to the line and shoot two with the score 19-7 here. Sadie has 5 points already here in the first quarter. She puts up her first, and nothing but net. Makes it 19-8. Rowan Kelly checks in. Marley Melton checks out. 39.7 seconds left here. 19-8. She puts up her second one. Rolls around, no good. Rebound by Kelly. Rowan gets it into Shover. Shover puts it up and in. Shover makes it 19-10. Here come the Lady Panthers. Yarborough, we haven't had an answer for her or Ford. Ford passes it out top, gets it to Yarborough, back to Ford. Ford, directing traffic, gets it over, and they're going to get Stella Benson with a reach-in foul, and that's a touchy touch, but we saw them all the last game. 19-10 with 13.6 seconds left here in the first quarter. Stella, that's her first one. They put it up and in. That's Yarborough. Yarborough, that's her third point. She puts up her second one short. Rebound by Shover. Shover's everywhere. They get it over to Kaylee. Kaylee Virtue gets it down to Sadie. Sadie stops, pops, bang! 20-12. And they shoot one from way beyond half court, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. Lady Panthers down 20-12, but we see life. We see life on the home of Lady Panther basketball, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther basketball in the home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. We start the second quarter. Lady Panthers down 20-12. Sadie Shover with 10 points out of the 12 that we've scored. And Lady Panthers have the basketball. Sadie out top. She's directing traffic. She gets it across the timeline. Sadie crosses it over. Looking for it to go. She pulls it back out. Kicks it over to Benson. Benson drives the baseline, kicks it back out to Shover. Shover with a head fake, looks into Driscoll, pulls it out, gets it up top to Virtue. Virtue dribbles with her right hand. She kicks it back to Benson. Benson lobs it in to Driscoll. Driscoll looking for a place to go with it. Got to get rid of it. Gets it into Shover. She puts it up and in. Sadie having a night. Here comes Ballard. Ballard brings it up to the top of the key, gets it over to Ford. Ford gets it back to Yarborough. Yarborough gets it to Young. Young moves it to the top of the key, gets it back to Ballard. Ballard Pulls it way out top. He's by the Panther head. So looking for a screen. She picks it back. Gets it back to Young. They're trying to burn some clock here. Not let the Lady Panthers get out and run. Ford kicks it all the way over to Yarborough. Yarborough with a good head fake. Looked like she could have been called for a travel. Now, delivers between her legs. Crosses it over. Kicks it in the corner. Down to Yarborough. Put it up and in by Club. Off balance. Scoop-de-doo. And it's 14-22. Driscoll looking for somebody to pass it to. We got to get rid of it. Gets it over to Kelly. Kelly passes it down to Virtue. Back to Kelly. Kelly drives the lane. Kicks it back to Virtue. Virtue on the baseline. Kicks it out to Driscoll on the left wing. Driscoll kicks it back to Benson up top. Down low to Shover. Why not? Kicks it over in the corner to Virtue. Virtue with a good head fake. Puts up a floater. No good. Rebound by Ballard. Or excuse me, Young. Now it's to Ballard. Then to Yarborough. Yarborough throws it away. As Ford can't save it. 22-14 with 5:50 left to go here in the second quarter. Hey, and stay tuned. We got blue and gold action coming up right after this. The A team is up there. The B team is down here. I'm running solo as we get it to Driscoll. Driscoll. Back to Schobert. Schobert gets it across the timeline. Kicks it back to Driscoll. Driscoll up top. Looks for a place to go. Kicks it in the corner to Kelly. Good pass down low to Schobert. Schobert with a good move. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up and in. Sadie with 14 of the 16 points for the Lady Panthers. Here comes Ballard. Ballard gets it over to Yarborough. Yarborough gets it to Young. Young has Kelly on her. Gets it back to Yarborough. They're spreading it out, trying to burn some clock so the Lady Panthers can't run them ragged. They get it over to Ford. Ford puts it up, and she finally misses. Kelly gets the rebound. She brings it up across the timeline, kicks it down to Benson. Benson on a floater from the baseline. Yes! Make it 18-22. The Lady Panthers are coming back. 4:43 left. Here comes Ballard. Ballard gets it over to Ford. In the corner to Club. Down low to Young. Young. Nowhere to go. Club puts up a three. No go. And Benson picks up a foul on Yarborough as she was... I thought Stella had position, but Yarborough twisted it around and got in front of Benson. Bensden's going to check back in. Flash. Yarborough puts it up. Nothing but net. Makes it 18-23. Bensden checks in for Kelly. They're trying to keep rolling fresh. Yarborough with her second one. Puts it up. In and out. No good. Benson with the rebound. Here come the Lady Panthers. They kick it in the corner. Driscoll. Driscoll. Cross-court pass. Gets it to Virtue. Back to Benson. Back to Driscoll. Driscoll up. No good. Run down by Bensden. Down low to Shover. Why not? Gets it to Benson. Benson. Cross-court pass that's stolen. We got to stop that. We get it over to Ford. Ford gets it to Ballard. Ballard to Yarborough. Yarborough swish. Lady Bulldogs make us pay on that one as we don't take care of the basketball. Driscoll has it. Driscoll back to Shover. Shover gets it across the timeline. Kelly's going to check back in. Driscoll dribbles up top. We got to be a little more aggressive. Kicks it down low to Bensden. Gets it to Shover. Shover crosses it over. Gets it back to Driscoll. She puts it up and in. From the free throw line, that'll just be a 26-21. Lady Panthers have pulled the press off. And they go Ballard. Ballard's going to draw a foul. Is that going to be on Shover or Driscoll? Let's hope Driscoll. Because that'll be 3 on Sadie. It's... It's up and off. It's on Kaylee Virtue. I didn't think she was around there anywhere. Benson checks out. Lauren Kelly checks in. 26-21 with 3:16 left in the first half. She puts up the second one and makes it. Ballard. And Ballard has 8 of their points. Her and Ford both have 8, and Yarborough has 7. Club has 4. Schober has to come back and bring it in. Bring it up the floor. She walks it up. Not usually you run, and we're in a half-court game, which is, we haven't seen this much. We kick it over to Kelly. Kelly kicks it over to Virtue. Virtue back to Schober. She stops, pops, misses the rim, and it's going to be Lady Bulldog basketball for Dixon. 27-21 with 2:56 left here in the first half. Here comes Ford. She brings it up. She kicks it down, tries to get it to Young, gets it tipped away. In the corner, up and good. And that's just checked in, Addison Smith. It makes it 30-21. They kick it in the corner. We got to find somebody else to score. And Young picks up a foul. Oh, excuse me, that's going to be, see who they called on. I think it's going to be on Young. Yep, Young, her second. And they quickly substitute her out. Driscoll comes out. I didn't see who goes in. Oh, it's Briley Curtis. And they kick it way out to Schober. Schober looking for something to do. Kicks it in the corner to Kaylee. Virtue back to Kelly. Kelly kicks it over to Bernston. Oh, and stolen. Here comes Yarborough, and she puts it up and in on a errant pass. And Dixon calls timeout as they blow the lead back open, 32-21 with 2:16 left in the first half. We'll be back with more Lady Panther basketball on the home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther basketball on the home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. 2:16 left. Lady Panthers down by 11. They've cut it down to 2 and just have turned the basketball over. Not getting spread out, not getting in their passing lanes. Really having trouble. If Sadie can't hit it, we're having trouble finding somebody that can, and we're going to have to somebody else is going to have to help out here. Curtis family's all in from Michigan, and let me tell you, we got Kogel's pickled bologna. They brought it tonight. Man, that's good stuff if you've never had it. Here comes Schobert. Thank you to the Curtises. Here comes Sadie. Sadie kicks it to Virtue. We need Kaylee to get going. We kick it over in the corner. There's Benson. Benson back to Sadie. Sadie in and out, no good. And a fight for the rebound, Curtis and Club. And that's going to be a jump ball, and it's going to go with the Lady Bulldogs from Dixon. 1:54 left. Lady Panthers down by 11. Here comes Ford. Ford looking for somewhere to go, gets it over to Yarborough. Back to Ford. Ford crosses it over out top. 1:39 left. Good defense by Virtue. She kicks it down to Schober. Sadie crosses it over, kicks it over in the corner to Benson. Benson with a running layup, no good, but there's Curtis with the hustle rebound. She puts it up twice. Doesn't make it, but gets fouled. Good hustle by Curtis. 1:26 left. I inspired her with the pickle bologna story, I guess. 1:26 left, 32-21. Curtis puts it up, nothing but net. That's Riley's first points of the night. Yarborough, who got a short breather, they don't keep her on the bench long, I'll guarantee you. Or excuse me, Ballard. And she comes in for Yarborough. 32-22. We put it up. No good, but run down by Kelly. It's good to see Rowan moving. Over to Benson. There's Kaylee. Kaylee gets it over to Sadie. Back to Virtue. Over to Benson. And we have somebody run over. And let's see, we're going to have a chat as the official's going to talk to Briley Curtis and Club from Dixon. Why doesn't that surprise me? Just doesn't. It's going to be Lady Panther basketball underneath their own basket. See if we can hit a bucket here. We're down by 10, need one. They kick it way out top, get it to Kelly. Kelly over in the corner to Benson. She turns, stops, pop, bang! Cuts it down 25-32. Let's get a stop. Here comes Ford. Ford's been on fire outside the arc. Gets it to Ballard. Ballard pulls it way out, listening to her coach. Ballard's a nice one. She can play. Ballard dribbles with either hand between her legs, crosses it over, does whatever you need. Dribbles it out front. She's just burning some clock. 39 seconds left. Panthers down by 7. Ballard way out top. Now they're going to go get her. Schobert needs to be careful. She does a jump stop. No good. Rebound there, and we're going to get a foul. That's going to be on Curtis. You got 5. Use them. Good foul by Briley. 27.8. That's going to send Young to the free throw line with 27 seconds left here in the second quarter. She puts up her first and nails it. This is a good free throw shooting team. Makes it 33-25 here. Just before the half, she puts up her second off the back iron. Oh, and they should have called a foul. No good, but Shover with the rebound. Sadie gets her down quick, gets it over in the corner to Virtue. Put up by Benson. No good, but there's Kelly. Short jumper back. 27-33 with 11 seconds left. Here comes Ford. Ford gets it over to Ballard. Ballard dribbles between her legs, kicks it over to Young. Young in the corner to Club. Club puts it up. No good. And they got a push. And that's going to go on Smith. And that ought to send a late. Nope, they were not in the bonus. So it'll be on the floor with no time left. They're going to send Rowan Kelly to the free throw line. As we had a push with 5 seconds left to go. Lady Panthers down by 6, 33-27. I said 5, but my math sometimes needs work. Oh, and now we're going to change it up with 0.5 seconds left. We're going underneath the other basket, so not much of a chance to make one here. Neither team in the bonus here in the third quarter, which is very shocking, or in the second quarter. So we're going to have to catch and shoot here really quick. Oh, and we throw it away. No time's out. So that means that Lady Bulldogs get the by their own basket. They get it underneath their own basket. What a turnover right there by the Lady Panthers. And they've been down as much as 12. It's clicking a little more. We will be back with the State Farm agent Stephen Gunn halftime show at the 12th annual Mountain Grove Girls Basketball Holiday Tournament, which State Farm agent Stephen Gunn has a lot to do with. So we will be back after some messages from our great sponsors on the home of Panther basketball, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther basketball here at the 12th annual Mountain Grove Holiday Girls Basketball Holiday Tournament, sponsored by State Farm agent Stephen Gunn, who also sponsors the halftime show. Lady Panthers have come back out on the court here for the second half, down by as many as 12 a few times, not just once. You know, they got down by 12 a couple times, and they have fought back. Sadie Shover with 14 on the night. You got Hadley Driscoll with 3, Stella Benson with 5, Rowan Kelly with 2, and we need, and Kaylee Virtue with 2. Now, Kaylee's been adding some offensive punch here the last few games, and we need to get somebody to help Sadie. Sadie with 2 fouls, Stella with 2 fouls. That's the only Lady Panthers in foul trouble. 3 of the Lady Bulldogs, Yarborough has 3, Club has 2, and Young has 2. And you got Ford, who's deadly 3-point scorer, who has 8 points, and Ballard, who is their best player, and they each only have 1. But you got 3 of the Lady Bulldogs with 2 or 3 fouls, and we've got to exploit that here in the second half, as there's 2:14 left to go. I have all the confidence in the world in Coach Benson and Coach Mallow tweaking and making some adjustments here at halftime. We need to get this offense out of a quicksand. We seem to be relying on Sadie to shoot it, and we've got some other firepower. Riley Curtis has come in and give us some good minutes, as she has scored 1 point on the night, and did a good job getting her own rebound a couple times. And like I said, the Lady Bulldogs from Dixon are shorthanded, and they've kind of kept us out of our game. We have not got to run the ball up and down the floor and press and do things like we wanted. So, you know, kudos to the Dixon Lady Bulldogs, as they have done what they needed to do here with a short bench, and they're out there taking their warm-ups. We've seen all 7 girls in for the Lady Bulldogs, but Lady Panthers have played 8 or 9 or 10 or something like that, and we just haven't seen the production off the bench that we have seen the last couple of weeks, and we really need to see it. We need a spark or a flash or something. We need to get going and get some rhythm started and some things like that. And goodness gracious, Stella and Sadie have got to stay out of foul trouble. Rowan Kelly's logged a few more minutes tonight, I've noticed. And she just had 2 right there at the end of the first half. Let's see if Rowan can't get going. We know what kind of explosive shooter she can be. And like I said, Kaylee's played like with her hair on fire for the last 2 weeks. As we get ready to get underway here in the second half, Lady Panthers are going to get the basketball, as the Lady Bulldogs are still on the bench. They get their second buzzer, so they've got to come out here pretty soon. And we're getting ready to get underway here in the second half. You've been listening to the State Farm agent Stephen Gum halftime show, and we'll leave it right here as Dixon gets out on the court. Hadley Driscoll's going to key the inbounds for the Lady Panthers. They fought back. They're down by 6, but we got to get rolling. Shover, way out top, kicks it over to Driscoll by the scores table. Back to Sadie. Sadie back to Driscoll. Driscoll in the corner to Kelly. Kelly thinks about it, tosses it to Driscoll, to Virtue. Over to Driscoll. Driscoll fakes it to Kelly, to Virtue. Over in the corner to Benson. Benson, dangerous pass across court to Driscoll. Driscoll looking for a place to go, goes out top to Virtue. Virtue kicks it to Benson. Benson has the ball stolen by Ford, and those cross-court passes are dangerous, and we put it up. Young puts it up, man, and it's fouled, and that's going to be on Virtue, I think. And just like that, Young goes to the line. And that is on Virtue. And rebounded there as we're lazy in the lane. And Ballard gets the rebound and they sink a three. And here comes the Lady Dogs as we just act confused. We're talking to the coach and the shots are being shot. We've got to get our rebounds. Schober gets it up to Benson. Benson almost has it stolen again. Down low, Benson kicks it out to Kelly. Kelly stops, pops, off the back iron, no good. Schober's there for the offensive rebound. Gets it to Driscoll. Driscoll dribbles once, kicks it out top to Virtue. Virtue to Benson. Benson puts it on her hip, backs it out, sets up an offense here. Half-court offense isn't this team's game. We get it over to Driscoll. Driscoll gets it to Schober. Schober. There's Virtue. Virtue gets it to Kelly. Kelly thinks about it, gets it over to Benson. Benson gets it back to Driscoll, way out top. Over and on the wing to Sadie. And they're double teaming Sadie. She kicks it to Virtue in the corner. That's Driscoll. They're double teaming her and they're going to steal the basketball. And that's Ballard. Oh, and Ballard has it tipped out of bounds. It's going to remain with the Lady Bulldogs, but we're not moving the basketball very good, and we are not playing like this Lady Panther team can play tonight. I guarantee you, we look like we got cement in our shoes. As we get it in, and they only got 6 people. And Club puts one up, off the back iron, no good. Rebound by Kelly. Rowan needs to get going. She crosses it over. Kicks it back out to Schober. Schober on the right wing. Kicks it over to Driscoll. Driscoll in the corner. That's Virtue. Virtue has Club all over her. Gets it down low. That's Kelly. Kelly gets it over to Schober. Over to Benson. She drives in, lays one off the board. No good. And tumbles out of bounds. And here comes Ford. Ford drives the lane, puts up a floater. No good. Run down by Kelly. Kelly saves it, but they're going to say she steps on the inbounds. And with 5:26 left, the Panthers are down by 11 again. And the Panthers just can't seem to get the engine puffing. Bradley Curtis is going to check back in. See who checks out. It's going to be Hadley Driscoll. As the Lady Bulldogs from Dixon are going to inbound it in front of their own bench. And they're trying to get it into Ballard. Then they get it to Yarborough. Yarborough with 3 fouls. And it's tipped out of bounds by Benson. But it remains with the Lady Bulldogs. 5:25 left to go here in the quarter number 3. Winner plays Bunker. Loser plays Willow Springs at 1 o'clock here tomorrow. Let's hope the Lady Panthers can get something going. Yarborough has it on the right wing. She drives in. Kicks it back to Club. Club down low to Young. Young puts it up. No good. Rebound by Curtis. That's what we need. Gets it up to Schober. Schober, they're trying to trap her. Trap defense over here. And a good fake there. Gets it up top to Kelly. Kelly down to Benson. Benson in the corner. Head fake. Kicks it over to Schober. Over to Kelly. Down to Curtis. Curtis back to Kelly. Kelly drives it in. Kicks it over in the corner. There's Virtue. Off the front iron. No good. Here comes Ballard. Ballard dribbles up the right side. Little forearm shiver. Puts it up. No good. Rebound by Schober. Schober. She drives it in. Stops. Pops. No good. Curtis comes crashing in. They're going to get her for the foul. Briley hustling end to end of the court. Driscoll's going to come in. Curtis is going to go out. 4:33 left. Panthers down by 11. Club keys the inbounds. Gets it into Ford. Here come the Lady Bulldogs. Ford brings it up. Nice looking player. These guys are young too. They get it out. Ballard. Ballard to Club. Quick ball movement also. Good passes. They don't turn it over much. They kick it back forward. Ford gets it to Club. Club out on the perimeter now. Has been down on the baseline most night. Club, Ford thinks about it. Kicks it back to Ballard. Ballard puts up a 3. She misses one. Driscoll with the rebound. Hadley kicks it out. Dangerous pass to Kaylee. Kaylee, good spin move. Kicks it back. Kicks it back out to Driscoll. Driscoll over on the right wing to Kelly. Rowan kicks it back to Hadley. And they're going to get Ballard for a second foul with 3:46 left here in the third quarter. 38-27. Driscoll will key the inbounds. Lady Panthers need to break this scoring drought. Kicks it into Benson. Benson has club all over her. Beats her in the baseline. Puts up a floater. No good. And they chases on. That ought to be Lady Panther basketball. They're saying it's going to go with the Lady Bulldogs. That was right in front of me. 3:39 left. Lady Panthers down by 11. Club keys the inbounds. Gets it into Ford. Ford walks it up. Taking us right out of our game. They get it in the corner. Ballard. Head fake. Kicks it back to Young. Young. Drives in. Puts it out. No good. Ballard with the rebound. No good. She gets it the third time. No good. And on Driscoll's back. No call. And finally they get a foul. And I mean, she was on everybody's back and they just let her do it and no foul. Unbelievable. And they put the foul on Club. I'm confused. Sadie's going to key the inbounds. Lady Panther's going to go the other way. Stella. And we got to spread out. We got everybody back there in a clump. We get it back to Stella. Stella kicks it over to Sadie. And we get a timeout. Coach Mallow calls a timeout. He didn't like what was happening on that press. As he takes time, so will we. On the home of Lady Panther basketball, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther basketball on the home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. On the floor for the Lady Panthers right now with 3 minutes left here in the third quarter. You got Hadley Driscoll, Rowan Kelly, Sadie Shover, Stella Benson, and Kaylee Virtue. So who's going to start here? And they kick it back out to Sadie. Sadie, of course, has Ballard waiting on her. Ballard is a good one. Gets it over to Benson. Down low to Shover. Shover thinks about it. Drives in. Oh, great jump stop move. But they're going to say she was fouled on the floor before she makes the shot. Sadie hasn't had a point here in the second half. 38-27. Lady Panthers will key the inbounds underneath their own basket. As they pat the ball, Driscoll kicks it over to Benson. Benson thinks about it, drives in the paint, puts up a floater and count it. Makes it 29-38. Lady Panthers need a lot of those. Here comes Ford. Ford dribbles up with the right hand. Crosses it over. Lady Panthers. They get it in the corner, and that's Yarborough. Yarborough pushes off, no call. She gets it down low. They kick it to Ford. Ford with a three and nails it. That's 4 threes for Ford. Here we come, Driscoll. Driscoll gets it to Benson. Benson out top. Benson, oh, bad pass. She likes to go across court, and we just don't make those passes. And here comes Ford. Ford puts it in, and she walks. She could have made that, and she travels. Turnover by the Lady Bulldogs. Benson comes in. Kaylee Virtue goes out. Driscoll kicks it in to Sadie. Shover walks it up. Shover gets it over to Driscoll. Driscoll back to Shover. Shover kicks it back there, back to Driscoll. Driscoll gets it to Burns. Put on, and there's a nice floater, but doesn't go for Stella. Here comes Ford, and good hustle by Flash. And she knocks it out of bounds. 1:32 left here. Lady Panthers down by 12. 41-29. And that's your Murphy scoreboard update. Club's going to key the inbounds. Club gets it back. Gets it to Ballard. Back to Ballard. Ballard crosses it over. She can handle the rock now. She puts it between her legs, behind her back, crosses it over, and then kicks it to Yarborough. Yarborough kicks it over to Ford. Back to Ballard. Ballard in the corner. Now she pulls it out to the right wing in front of the scorer's table. She pulls it out, trying to burn some clock. Hey, these girls only got 7, but we're not in our run mode tonight, so they shouldn't be that winded. But they don't have many subs. Gets it over to Ford. It sure hadn't hurt their shooting anyway. 41-29 is your score. Sadie's got to watch out. They get it into Young. They kick it over in the corner to Yarborough. Good head fake. She kicks it back to Young. Young's a good shooter too. Gets it back to Club. And they're burning some rubber here as they get it back to Ballard. Ballard over by their bench. Dribbles to her left. Now dribbles to her right. Puts it between her legs. Pulls it back out. And he's got Schober all over her. She gets a pick. Drives it in. Good defense by Sadie as she knocks it away. And good hustle and good patience right there and staying in there. We're going to see Briley Curtis check in. Hadley Driscoll's going to check out with 23.3 seconds left here in the third quarter. And Dixon has burned a lot of clock. They get it to Young. Young gets it over to Ford. Ford drives it in, stops, pops, drains it, and she can shoot now. Makes it 40. See if they give her a 3 on that. It's going to be 4. She has 14. Oh, and she is fouled. And she is fouled by Briley Curtis. And I did not see that foul. So it's 44-29. And they can go up by 16 right here, and they do. With 15 seconds left here in the third quarter, and then Ford makes a great play defensively as Lady Panthers have become a little bit unraveled. 13.5 seconds left, down by 16. Lady Panthers have fought back a couple times to cut into this lead, but just can't get over the hump. Curtis keys the inbounds, gets it into Schober. Schober with Ford on her. She crosses it over, gets across the timeline. They kick it down low to Benson. Benson over to Kelly. Kelly stops, pops off the back iron, no good. And Rowan hadn't been able to get on. And that's going to do it for your third quarter. With the Lady Panthers down by 16, 45-29. Let's see if the Lady Panthers can't have another comeback in them. We'll be back after word from our sponsors on the home of Panther basketball, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther basketball on the home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Let's see if the Lady Panthers have another fourth quarter comeback in them, as they are down by 16 and need it. These Lady Dixon Lady Bulldogs are athletic like prescribed, as Ballard is one of the better ones we've seen so far. She kicks it over to Yarborough, back to Ballard. Ballard, quick pass over to Ford. Ford down low to Young. Young puts it up, no good. And they're going to get Benson. That'll be Stella's third. As Good passing and good ball movement, smart decisions by the Lady Bulldogs. They don't turn it over as they inbound it under their basket. They get it to Young. Young gets it to Yarborough. Yarborough over to Ford. Ford pulls it way out top. They're like burning some clock. She's dribbling it back and forth. They kick it back out to Ballard. Ballard pulls it way out by the Panther head. She dribbles to her right, kicks it over to Yarborough. Yarborough gets it down low to Young. Back to Yarborough. Yarborough with a good crossover. Gets it back to Ballard. Ballard crosses it over. Goes to her right. Pulls it back out. She's just burning some rubber right now. She kicks it over. And that's Ford. Back to Ballard. Back to Ford. Ford kicks it back to Yarborough. Yarborough has a wide open lane. She puts it in. Rowan Kelly's going to pick up the foul. And that'll be the first on Rowan, but it'll be a two-shot shooting foul with 6:59 here left in the fourth quarter. Lady Panthers have struggled offensively as she puts up her first and misses it. Club's getting ready to check in. Don't forget to tune in at 8:30. Blue and gold action. Rocky and Tim will bring it to you as they put the second one in, and that makes it 47-29. Bernston kicks it to Sober. Sober dribbles in, gets it over to Benson. Benson in the corner, way off. Rebound by Yarborough. Yarborough brings it up the right side. She clears the timeline, almost has it stolen. The ball's on the ground. Nobody's diving for it. We kick it over. There's Ford. She launches one and doesn't even move the net. Makes it 49-29. Lady Panthers down by 20. 6:30 left. We haven't had an answer for a few of those girls. We get it over in the corner. Bernston tries a cross-court pass. We've thrown that away many times tonight. I do not know why we cross it over like that. Probably 8 of our turnovers. If you can't get it above the defense, don't throw it. And they get it down low to Ford, and Ford just adds to her total. And she has 20 on the night, and they got to have a timeout. As they take timeout, so will we on the home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther basketball in the home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Lady Panthers have just let it get away from them tonight. As we're in the fourth period with 6:05 left, Lady Panthers down by, down 22 is what they're down. As I take my shoes off and my socks, count my toes. 51-29 here. And the Lady Panthers are going to get the basketball as Kaylee Virtue's going to toss it in. Just haven't ever been able to get in a rhythm tonight. We've seen the Lady Panthers play a lot better than this. They get it to Kelly. Kelly's had a lot more minutes, which is good to see. We get it back to Rowan. Rowan out top, looking for a place to go. Gets it over to Benson. Benson kicks it over to Kelly. Kelly down low, shoulder, breaks loose. And I'll tell you, that's Young. Young knocks it out of bounds, and they're giving Ballard a little breather right now. She's on the bench. No, she's in there. As they get it in, Bernston going to key the inbounds, gets it into Schober. Schober on the free throw line, gets it to Benson. Benson kicks it to Kelly. Kelly stops, pops, in. We need a lot more of those. It makes it 32-51. Need to start running and gunning. Here comes Ballard. She dribbles to her right, and they're going to try to milk the clock. She drives in the lane. Stolen. There's Bernston. She's going to take it all the way up. She puts it up and in. The freshman falls. Makes it 34-51. Here comes Ford. Ford gets it up to Ballard. Ballard. They kick it back to Ballard. Ballard has Bernston on her. She kicks it over to Ford. Ford has 20 on the night. Ballard has 8, but has done everything. Ballard dribbles between her legs, crosses it over by the scores table. Tallest girl, she kicks it back to Young. Young kicks it back to Ballard. And we have a timeout, and I don't know who called it. We'll see. But as they take timeout, so will we on the home of Panther basketball, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther basketball on the home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. 4:37 left here in the 12th Annual Mountain Grove Girls Basketball Holiday Tournament, sponsored by State Farm agent Stephen Gum. And the Lady Panthers are down by 17 with 4:37 left. Let's see if they can pull a rabbit out of the hat. This Dixon team is athletic. I'll tell you, that's going to be a great game in the championship if we can't pull it out tomorrow. Dixon. Ballard. Ballard has a double team as a trap, and they're going to say double dribble, and she turns it over. Lady Panthers are not going to say die right now. 4:31 left. Down by 17. We saw it the other day in Van Buren. Let's see if, like I said, let's see if there's a rabbit in that hat. Sadie has Ballard waiting on her. Gets it to Virtue. Kaylee's going to have to get going. Gets it over to Benson. Benson gets it to Kelly. Kelly gets it stolen. That cross-court pass. And they get it back to Ballard. Ballard kicks it, and a good hustle there by Bernston. A good hustle. And she almost gets her a steal. 51-34 with 4:13 left. Clock is not our friend. As they try to key the inbound, they get it into Ballard. That ball's got to be in Ballard's hands. She is their dribbler. She pulls it out top. She has Schober all over her. We get a moving screen on Young, and that's going to be Young's third. They haven't picked up many fouls here this second half. In fact, that's their first team foul of the fourth quarter. As we kick it in, Benson gets it into Schober. Schober gets it over to Kelly. Kelly clicks it down to Benson. Benson stops, pops, off the line. There's Benson. Bernston puts it up, and then there's Schober. And Sadie can't buy it, and they get a jump. Jump ball. Possession arrow goes with the Panthers. We don't know how it goes. I guess it goes with the Lady Bulldogs. As Club checks out, Lady Bulldogs key the inbounds. They get it into Ballard. Ballard gets it up to Ford. Ford gets it down low and missed by Smith. Good save there by Stella. Gets it into Virtue. Virtue gets it across the timeline. Kicks it to Benson. Benson stops, pops, and 37-41. 51. 14-point lead. Let's see if we can't get another turnover. We get it up, and there it is. Oh, but no. Yellowboro comes away with it. They get it back to Ballard. Ballard over to Young. Young pulls it out, kicks it in the corner to Ford. See if the Lady Panthers can pull one off here. Lady Panthers. And a foul. And that's going to be on Sadie, and Sadie's done a good job. She hasn't had a foul since the first quarter. Rowan Kelly's going to check out. Hadley Driscoll's going to check in rowing. We've seen her play a lot more minutes tonight than we've seen her play. Good to see. Hopefully she's getting better. They get it into Ballard. Ballard kicks it out to Young. Or excuse me, Yarborough. Yarborough gets it back to Ballard. Ballard kicks it over to Ford. Ford kicks it back to Ballard. Ballard way out top. Kicks it over to Young. Young puts it on the floor. Kicks it back to, or excuse me, Smith to Young. And that's stolen. And we Stella can't get away with it. And they call traveling on the Dixon gal as she steals it from Stella. Stella couldn't quite get rid of it, and we couldn't call timeout. Here comes Sadie. Sadie gets it across the timeline. Let's get it down to 9. Sadie goes in uncontested. That's her first points of the second half. She has 16. Ford gets it up to Ballard. Ballard. And Bernston almost gets a steal. They get her with a foul. And that'll be her second. Neither team in the bonus. Club's going to check in. Smith's going to check out for the Lady Bulldogs. Yarborough will key the inbounds. See if the Panthers can't get a turnover. We get one here, we got a little bit of a shot. They get it to Ford, almost stole by Virtue. Get it back to Ballard. Ballard drives it in the lane, puts it up and in. Makes it 53-39. Here comes Virtue. Virtue gets it up to Driscoll. Driscoll to Schobert. Schobert trying to get something going. Gets a screen from Kaylee. Down the corner to Benson. Down low to Kaylee. Virtue spins. And it's going to go off of Yarborough's foot and out of bounds. It's still Lady Panther basketball. Kelly's going to check in. Driscoll's going to check out. Rowan's played some good minutes tonight, and that's good to see. We need Rowan. Benson. Oh, and it's tipped away. And we kick it down to Ford. Ford drives in. And a foul. And who's that going to be on? Let's see. 1:30 left. Lady Panthers down by 14, 53-39. That's on Benson, her fourth. And that's the 21st point of the night for Ford. Nice young looking player. As puts in 2. And she has 22 on the night. Here comes Schober. Schober brings it up and kicks it over. She has it stolen. Ballard is going to bring it up. Ballard gets it in, gets it to Young. Back to Ballard. 1:11 left. Ballard kicks it over to Yarborough. Yarborough kicks it back to Ballard. Ballard drives it in, uncontested, puts it up and in. Ballard padding her stats. She's got 12 on the night. Here comes Schober, 50 seconds left. 57-39. Lady Panthers will play at 1 o'clock tomorrow. They'll play the Willow Springs Bears. And Coach gets a 5-second call. I don't know what the deal was. He's on one of the refs. And we're having a conversation out here. And I guess he finally gets a timeout as it's late in the day. And Coach Mallow trying to get a point across. And he's staring the official down. With 42 seconds left, Coach wanting to take time to talk to the girls. As he takes time, so will we on the home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther basketball on the home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Boys will tip off at 8:30 as they play the Miller Cardinals. Lady Panthers are going to go down in this one with 42 seconds left, down 57-39, and came back a couple times from 12 and 13-point deficits in the first half. Just couldn't quite get things going tonight. And they will play Willow Springs for their third place game here in the holiday tournament tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Come on out and support these Lady Panthers. They're a lot of fun to watch. Had to get out of their game tonight as Dixon has it. Dixon kicks it down low to Schober. Schober drives in, puts it up. She's going to be fouled on the floor, and that's just the second team foul on Dixon. See who they get there. And that's going to do it, or just about do it. 31.3 seconds left. Panthers down by 18. They kick it in. Get it to Kelly. Kelly out top. Kelly gets it down to Schober. Schober to Kaylee. Virtue puts it up. No good. Rebound by Young. Gets it to Ballard, of course. 18 seconds left. She gets trapped. Gets it over to Yarborough. Down to Young. Young kicks it to Ford. Ford on the left side. Has it tipped away. Kicks it to Yarborough. Yarborough gets it down to Ford. 2 seconds left. 1 second. And that's going to do it here, folks. As the Lady Panthers fall tonight, 57-39, but play for the third place game here tomorrow at 1 o'clock here in the 12th Annual Girls Holiday Lady Panther Classic. And we will be back with the Grove post-game show, and Coach Mallow, he'll probably work his way up here after a word from our great sponsors on the home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. Welcome back to Lady Panther basketball on the home Panther Sports, Big Country 99, here at the Grove Family Restaurant post-game show. Coach Mallow's kind enough to come up and chat with us a little bit. Coach, played a pretty good basketball team.
Yeah, they're a good basketball team. I think they're 7-1, 8-1, something like that. They're a good team. In this tournament, anybody, it's kind of like Bunker. Anybody that all of a sudden is willing to drive 100 miles to come, they don't come down here thinking they're going to lose.
So,
you know pretty quick when they're willing to, they call you and they're willing to travel pretty far, that they've got a good team.
Well, and just 7, kind of limited on the bench, but I really thought that they did kudos to them. They did a good job of getting us out of our game.
Well, they, of course, we tried to create tempo early with our defense like we do, and they were just able to get through it.
Yep.
And had a hard time keeping them in front of us. Even with a double team on the ball, we had a hard time keeping them in front of us. So at that point then, we had to play a little zone, and it's no secret at this point in time, if we can't turn you over, we struggle to score a little bit. So that's kind of what happened. We weren't able to turn them over, and then it became more of a half-court game, and we struggled to score in that. And it's, you know, it's not really a situation of us not executing or not trying. It's just we need that advantage of the open court to help us be successful. And life just gets harder when you got to go against a set defense. And it does for every team, but particularly when you're not shooting it very well. And we're not shooting it great right now.
Yeah, I mean, it just didn't. You got to get into a rhythm, and it just didn't look like it. Looked like we kind of had cement sneakers on for a little while there.
Well, you know, they're pretty quick, and I think they make a lot of people look slow, you know. But early on, they were the aggressors, and they took it to us. And, you know, that's one of the things, you get in one of those hotly contested games, you've got to be willing to grit your teeth and you know, set in there and you know, obviously not talking about dirty play, but you got to be willing to get in there and get after it a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
And they took it to us a little early, kind of like we take it to people sometimes. So we've got to respond better in those situations.
Well, and we do have a chance to respond back. We got an opponent that we have had some battles with over the last few years, and a team that went down to a very good bunker team today.
Yep.
And but that shouldn't defer the girls. I mean, you know, we're not going to repeat on our championship, but yes, we can come in and get this third place trophy, Coach.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, that's the thing about basketball and life, for that matter, is once something's over, you can't go back and fix it. You can only improve from there. So we'll come in tomorrow and we'll get ready to play Willow, and of course they've got one of, if not the best player in the tournament on their team. So it's going to be, we'll have our hands full, and I'm sure they'll be ready to go. Both teams will be a little disappointed. I think both teams were hoping to get to the finals. So both teams will be a little disappointed. But then, like you said, one of the two of us is going to go home with a second loss. So you better get ready because I'm sure they'll be ready to go.
Well said, but it will be, and I'll tell you, Bunker, that was an entertaining game too. Bunker did a great job on Chloe, I thought.
They did, they did.
And I thought it was but you had both. You had both of them over there on the bench. That was kind of funny to see. You had Rob and his son, so they were helping each other out, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Coach, we'll be back here to bring it to you live tomorrow, 1 o'clock.
Yep.
And, man, we need to get in here and pack this thing tomorrow. It's Saturday. It's beautiful weather. Yeah. I know you'd like to be outside.
Well, there's no doubt. Yeah, there's no doubt. Well, the girls would sure appreciate it.
So get in here and pack it up, and let's go and support these Lady Panthers and see if we can't cheer them on to a victory.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Coach, thank you for your time. Thank you for coming up here. That's going to do it for us here at the Lady Panther Classic. We'll be back tomorrow at 1, but don't forget the boys. Tip off at 8:30 tonight against the Miller Cardinals. Be sure to tune in. Same bat stations at 8:30 p.m. And Rocky and Moose and Tim will bring it to you live on the home of Panther Sports, Big Country 99. See you, buddy.